Hey guys, Matt McKeever here with Matt Piche, the Fruitful investor, and so we figured why not kind of walk through Matt's backstory. So I've been following along with his YouTube channel for a few years now, but in case you guys aren't familiar, let's just kind of dive into Matt's backstory. So we're going to start off in 2006, Matt?
Yeah, so 2006, graduated high school, had the mentality of everybody else, have to go to college, have to live the mediocre life. Didn't really want to do that, so I went to trade school as a carpenter and did my apprenticeship as a carpenter.
So what drew you to that in the first place? Was there something specific, or?
I did shopping in high school, I guess, and I really liked it, and I knew I wasn't going to college or university. It just wasn't really right for me. Also, my dad was a carpenter, and his dad was a carpenter, so I think it was already in my blood. I saw him do it his whole life, but I never thought I would actually do it, ever. Until like grade 11, I did shop class, and I was like, wow, I really love building homes. I was like, great, I'm going to be like my dad or whatever, right? But went along with that. In 2010, I quit my job right at the last block of schooling for my apprenticeship, my third block. I quit during that block of schooling, which is actually technically not allowed. You're supposed to be employed while you're doing that. But I quit that, started my own business, renovating properties for investors, and I also bought my first property on my 22nd birthday when I was in trade school. So it all happened at one time.
Wow.
Quit my job, bought property, so I had no job, had all this debt with this property, had to renovate it, and had no income, so I quit my job. So it was a pretty crazy time then. So I did that for quite a while, and then in 2012 I became a realtor because I didn't like the back-breaking labor of carpentry and construction. Even though I was self-employed by this point for about a year, 2 years, still it wasn't for me, something was missing. And I kept networking with investors at RAIN and other organizations, and they kept saying the same thing to me. I wish I knew a realtor who was like you, who knew how to build properties and do renovations, but also knew the numbers, because all the realtors I work with don't know anything about investing in real estate. So I thought, maybe I should quit this carpentry thing. I want to get out anyway. I love real estate investing, so I became a realtor specializing with investors in the Kitchener-Waterloo area.
So can we jump back to 2010 for a second? So what made you buy that first property?
I don't even know, really. Well, truthfully, the reason why I became a carpenter in the first place when I was about 17, 18 is I was obsessed with watching Flip That House on TV. So that's what really sparked it. And I was like, I definitely want to flip houses, but I just dropped it. Like, I didn't really think about it or do any more research at 17. When I was about 20, 21, I started thinking like, hey, this could be a real thing. I can make money in real estate. I started researching it, reading books, and then it took off as buy and hold. I didn't even want to do flipping real estate until recently, 2018. Now I want to get into flipping real estate. So it's funny how things work out.
Interesting, okay, sorry, So get back to, 2012, you decided to become a realtor. So you just did that kind of like nights and weekends, or? Yeah,
so I was still a carpenter at that point, easing into it. It took about a year before I could fully quit carpentry and become a full-time realtor in a sense. So I started my realtor business. I was young, I didn't know what I was doing really as a realtor or marketing. So I just had to ease into it. So finally, about 2013, I quit carpentry and full-time realtor. 2014, I skipped something. In 2012, I also bought my first property. So I said that, but I didn't write it down. So bought the first 2 properties here.
2010.
Oh, 2010, losing it.
No worries, man. I got you off guard.
Bought my first property back in 2010, and my second one right after, which was our primary residence, which we now have as a rental because we left that house, but kept it. So shooting down 2014. Bought my third and fourth property, so you can see there's a long gap where I didn't buy any properties for like 4 years because I ran out of money. I didn't have the authority then to attract joint venture partners, so it was like a drought of 4 years while I was building my business.
That's actually really interesting. So if you guys remember, I did my backstory, and so actually 2012 is when I bought my 4th property, and then I hit a similar wall where the bank wouldn't really give to me. They said I needed a higher paying job and all kinds of bullshit. I wish I had a time machine so I could go back and talk to past Matt, but I essentially took off till 2015, and that's when I got back into investing. So that's really neat that we actually very similar timelines. So third and fourth property.
So about third and fourth property, that's when I started doing like YouTube back in 2012. I became a realtor. I started doing YouTube videos to get realtor clients, which also helped get partners because it was the same content. So partners started coming to me. My first big partner gave me a big shot, and we bought about 4 properties from 2014, 2015, 2016. So once I started putting that content online on YouTube, then more partners started coming and just started snowballing. So interesting how that works. And then in 2015, 2016, I started doing more JVs. More people started being interested in my real estate investing apprenticeship program. Started getting more partners that way. And fast forward to now, 2017, 2018, I'm up to 11 properties and still going.
And so if you guys aren't familiar, Matt's goal, essentially the big goal, the big picture, the whole reason that you're doing all this, the goal is to get to $20,000 a month in passive income. And then you're going to just kind of disappear off to Costa Rica or some other tropical paradise.
Just live in the jungle, be by myself, off grid. Just get away from the madness.
And so any predictions on when on this timeline we're going to see that?
I'm hoping by the time I'm age 35, which is 6 years away. So what does that put us at? 2023, 24?
Somewhere
around there.
Okay, so like 2024. Interesting. Okay, well that's really cool. I didn't know quite this entire backstory. I think this is a great example though for a lot of you that don't necessarily or aren't necessarily going into high-paying white-collar jobs where you're making 6 figures out of school. I know a lot of you get discouraged thinking, man, I only got high school or I only got college and I don't have enough income in order to really build a giant real estate portfolio. Spoiler alert, none of us did when we started, right? And myself included, and a lot of us do. We hit these barriers where it's going to become a lot more difficult to grow from whether it's 2 properties or 4 properties to 10 properties at different points, depending on the different regulation in your market. It's always going to vary, but you're going to hit that certain threshold. It feels like every investor goes through that growing pain, and those that don't end up just stagnating, right? And I'm sure that you've seen it a lot in real life. I know I've seen it a lot in real life where people that had 3 or 4 properties for the last 20 years, and they just couldn't figure out how to work around the system or work within the rules. And joint ventures are a huge part of that. And so I think that's what's awesome about Matt's channel. So jump over and you can watch more videos where he discusses how he approaches joint ventures. And we were actually talking about earlier, and you'd mentioned there's something they can get where they can walk through every single deal you've ever done.
So if you go to my channel, if you go to the descriptions in every video, you'll see my real estate investing apprenticeship program website. If you go there, you can download my Fruitful Investor package, and you can see every single deal I've ever done, all the numbers, how much my partners and I have made so far, what the renovations cost, everything. It's like a 35-page report.
Awesome.
So it's detailed, so I'm totally transparent. Pretty much my whole net worth is on that PDF. So.
Well, I know you guys love numbers porn, so it sounds like you need to jump over and check that out because it sounds like it goes really in depth. I'm ashamed I haven't checked it out, so I'm maybe gonna throw up a couple screen caps right here. And so thank you so much, Matt, for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to Matt, if you haven't checked out his channel, jump over to the Fruitful Investor and give him a sub. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more videos like this, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money out there for us to all make it, but if you're not saving it, what's the point, guys? Thanks. Bye.